Leadership Style, Take 2.
Many years ago, I went to see one of my great mentors. His name is Mike. I was living in Arcadia and his office is up in Goleta. I drove the 80 miles to go and visit him because I had all these problems and all these issues. And Mike was going to help me out. He was all excited about helping me out. So I drive up there, visit with him in his conference room, and I started going through 20 minutes to 25 minutes of telling him about all the problems that I had, all the lawsuits that were filed, the mess, the disaster. It was an absolute disaster what I was dealing with. Mike sat patiently, didn't say a word. And when I was finally done, he looked at me and he said, "Claude, I always thought you wanted to have your own business." And I said, "Yes, Mike, I have." He looked at me and he said, "Comes with the turf. Let's go have lunch." I got in my car, drove all the way back to Arcadia, and my wife asked me, "What words of wisdom did Mike give you today?" And I said, the sandwich is pretty good. Many times we meet people in our life that have a significant impact on who we are and our leadership style. One of them for me was Charles Red Scott, who among many of his successes in life and business was the CEO of Vistage, Florida, what back then was called Tech. One time we were working on a very difficult assignment. It was a turnaround at a wheel manufacturing company. I went down to his office in La Jolla and he looked at me. He said, "Florent, you're like a pilot flying a jet upside down in the middle of a hailstorm." You know, I fully didn't understand what that meant at that point in time, but I do now. Namely, we never know what we're going to be flying into. And when we take on a new challenge, we can't predict what's going to happen. You know that in your business, and I know that in my business. So my style has been to take whatever comes our way and make it work. Because people count on us. Without us and our ability to cut through all the clutter and find out what the issue is, the company can't survive and the people can't flourish. Red taught me, you gotta fly the plane. Give people direction. Even if it turns out not to be the best, but direction it is. Leadership is not perfect. It's not a science. It's not an art. And your heart must be all in. Leadership, for me, is about taking what life gives you and making it work for the betterment of customers, vendors, employees, stakeholders. For me, it's about never giving up to serve our customers and to develop strong leaders for the future growth of the company. You know, the previous takes were exactly the same, just different. And you just, okay, you want me to redo it? I really don't want to redo it.
Ouch, my finger!